Somewhere out there, campers are living better than most hotels. And honestly, we're starting to understand why. Welcome to Trending Machine. Let's see which gadgets deserve a spot in your pack. Space Era wasn't built to survive nature. It was built to slow you down enough to actually enjoy it. Air beam construction, standing room comfort, and a rock-solid frame prove that peace and engineering can share the same address. Rain, wind, dirt, these matches took it personally. Built to keep sparking when everything else has already given up. A knife with fire and a flashlight is already wild. Learning that the MT-33 feeds on motion just feels unfair. Bringing your gear down to eye level is one of those ideas that makes perfect sense the second you see it. Watch those fully insulated composite panels fold like origami, and 30 seconds later, you're already chasing the next adventure. Fari tents ditched the poles, added panoramic views and room for 14, then decided weather was optional. At this point, tent feels like an understatement. Funny thing is, this ultra-compact setup captures the same cozy magic as those giant RV monsters. Spot something interesting? One magnetic click, and these 10 times binoculars turn your phone into a wildlife watcher it definitely wasn't born to be. Step inside and you'll forget it's a mini trailer. The Nomad X hides a cozy bedroom, a clever interior, a surprisingly dialed-in kitchen, and even an outdoor shower. All inside an 11.8-foot, 1,320-pound rig that goes where big caravans wave the white flag. When the energy hits zero, this thing starts running on salt water and pure witchcraft. Hold up. What? 10 seconds. That's all the Tracker Tempest RS needs to go from bag to shelter. Some tents take longer just to figure out where to start. The miniaturing M23 feels way bigger than it should. And just when you think you've seen it all, standing room and 2 extra beds reveal, proving compact campers have been hiding their secrets all along. Regular base camps start looking a little underdressed once the TARS Camp Shuttle 7 enters the picture. With standing room comfort, 84-mile-per-hour wind resistance, and a one-of-one design, this thing operates in its own category. Turns out a pickup truck was one conversion away from becoming a tiny apartment on wheels. The moment a motor mover enters the chat, reverse parking starts feeling suspiciously easy. If stealth camping had a mascot, this would be it. From the outside, nobody expects what's hiding inside the black camp. And the craziest part, even small cars can tow this little escape pod. Lone Rider looked at motorcycle campsite and asked a question nobody else did. Why is the bike sleeping outside? Spring Hill Tunnel Air goes from packed to panoramic in no time, with 4 configurations ready for whatever the sky throws at you. Who said a giant thermos can't be brilliant? KZM turned it into a smart drink station, complete with double-wall stainless steel insulation and a built-in tap that makes serving the whole crew effortless. Just look at this miniature house folding into a trailer. A bathroom, a kitchen, and a double bed fit inside, and my brain is still trying to negotiate with the concept. Dry, warm for hours, and engineered like a pocket fortress, this hunting tent is the kind of thing you never knew existed. until you see it and immediately get the hype. MethodWorks turned a fishing bag into a mobile command center. Everything stays within reach, and even the A5 water bottle has its own perfectly fitted spot, keeping the rest of your setup clutter-free. Some tents keep the rain out. Tokyo Crafts chases something harder to explain. That feeling that makes tomorrow feel less urgent. Nobody warned Pedal Drive it was allowed to do this. Who gave this towel permission to disappear into something the size of a potato and somehow still dry you off? This is what happens when someone builds the final boss of camping chairs. Fireproof, bug-resistant, and ready to follow you anywhere. It makes ordinary camp chairs feel outdated. Might be way too chunky for real off-road adventures, but you gotta admit, the cool factor is off the charts. Or like a hotel that forgot it was supposed to be a tent. Cootie builds premium inflatable shelters made for people who think roughing it is overrated. This fold-out box puts everything right where it belongs. No scrambling, no digging, no nonsense. A few clicks later, your kitchen is locked in. Keep the fire fed without sacrificing your eyebrows. A boat in your backpack still sounds fake. Rapid Raft weighs just 3.5 pounds, carries up to 400, and unfolds into a kayak or rescue raft in under a minute. Would this tiny capsule knife earn a permanent spot on your keys? This Dutch inflatable platform measures 5 by 5 meters and is built from 5-layer 1100 Desitex PVC with 15 D-rings for pitching a tent right on the water. So cast your lines and just never go back to shore. Would you vanish for a while in this tent mansion? Definitely! AdventureMate doesn't do small. This rugged 6-in-1 beast replaces an entire toolbox with an axe, saw, shovel, hammer, hook, and entrenching tool in one place. Built for people who actually go outside, not just talk about it. Roll into camp, unstrap one bag, and 5 minutes later, you're sleeping on a real mattress under a 4-season canvas shelter. The Outlaw was clearly designed by someone who got tired of roughing it. With a 1,652-degree Fahrenheit heat-resistant glass window, 4 chimney pipes, and just 15.4 pounds of steel, this wood stove brings backcountry cabin energy wherever the fire calls. Find a spot in the trees and let the tent do the heavy lifting. Everything else was optional. These overshoes fight mud and help mask human scent, giving cautious game one less reason to disappear. If you don't want to miss even more clever camping gear, hit subscribe and ring the bell. The surprise isn't the premium M390 steel blade, it's what's hiding inside the handle. Careful, people might start asking where you bought the Lodge. Just look at that tank-like frame. House energy, campsite address. Not saying it's a lightsaber, but the torchlighter is definitely channeling some serious Jedi energy. The AT-230 weighs 122 pounds, lifts 2 campers above the bugs and rough ground, sets up in 5 minutes, and rolls away on its own wheels when the trip is over. Awesome! The fire tub uses a stainless steel fire coil and basic thermosiphon physics to heat its galvanized tub to 36 to 40 degrees C in roughly 2 hours. Just add wood and water from any nearby source. This trailer clearly has trust issues with civilization. The AOR Sierra 2.0 packs massive power, water, and off-grid comfort into a dust-proof rig built to keep going long after the pavement ends. Camp Lux brings real hot showers off the grid. These compact propane-powered heaters deliver endless hot water, weigh as little as 10 pounds, and can be up and running in under 10 minutes. Press a button, and Opus OP4's 9 military-grade air beams inflate in under 10 minutes. Inside, there's 2 double beds, a slide-out stainless kitchen, and a 150-liter freshwater tank on proper independent suspension. Sleeping space for 4, smart storage, lightweight construction, and off-road toughness. This trail-ready box turns weekend escapes into why are we even going back moments. 4 minutes with an electric pump, and this all-black 2-story tent from Fiducian is standing. Exposed air beams handle winds up to 72 kilometers per hour when staked, and each section unzips for cleaning. Every Fatty Packco pouch brings bold colors, handcrafted personality, and a perfect home for your everyday essentials. Plant legs on a beach, float it on paddleboards, or raise it into a 2-story loft tent, because the Fiducian's aluminum frame holds 300 kilograms and resists 70 km/h winds when staked. No more soggy wetsuits ruining the ride home. Surf Dry keeps the mess contained, so the adventure ends dry, not dripping. Another inflatable dream wrapped in waterproof comfort and wide-open views. Built for those who came for nature, not for suffering. The Bohr heater box is basically a loophole for people who refuse to let winter cancel camping. Compact, magnetic, and running on barely more power than a light bulb, it treats frost like a minor inconvenience. Because campfires deserve a sequel, the Taruka projector blanket turns an ordinary night under the stars into front-row cinema with a view no theater can match. This might be the smartest use of every inch you've seen in a while. 5-minute effectiveness, up to 40 hours of battery life, smoke-free protection, and even adjustable lighting. Because the only thing dying out here should be the mosquitoes. The all-in-one by Yanko design packs an entire outdoor kitchen into one compact setup. Smoke, steam, sear, or slow cook. This little powerhouse does way more than its size lets on. The next glamping pod is shaped like an egg that cracks open on raised legs. Inside, you can find a real bed, climate control, and panoramic views. Good news for coffee addicts. Outin just made Backcountry officially coffee-friendly. This tiny machine serves up barista-worthy espresso right in the middle of nowhere. A frying pan and a pot with a gas canister attached right underneath? Now that's a wilderness hack worth knowing. Low profile on the road, big on ideas. The miniaturing M23 squeezes 4 sleeping spots, 2 kitchens, and a pop-up roof into a caravan that refuses to think small. Now you see the van, now you don't. Van Camp snaps on magnetic blackout covers for instant privacy and climate control. Stealth mode with hotel room vibes. Trees aren't required here, as the Animaka's hammock tent brings its own folding stand rated to 250 kilograms, so you can sleep suspended on a beach or open field. Some suitcases carry clothes. This one carries good decisions. The Journey portable grill packs into a sleek case you'll actually be happy to bring along. Your SUV's hatch becomes the tent door. Trekway's pop-up dome attaches to almost any hatchback and opens to 2.7 by 2.7 meters of standing height space, sleeping 5 inside. Barely takes up space until bedtime. The Helinox Tactical Cot Tent and Fly unfolds into an elevated shelter that keeps you off the ground and closer to staying out one more night. Each Coleman connectable unit has 3 zip-through tunnels for adding pods indefinitely. Every cabin-style tent stands 193 centimeters tall, covers 8.4 square meters, and is factory tested to 56 km/h winds. 1 minute it's bumping your sleeping pad, the next it's feeding the fire and lighting your tent. No wonder the Tiny Pump 2X became Camp MVP. Looks like a regular trailer, but at camp, this camper unfolds, roughly doubling its footprint. Inside, you get a full kitchen with a 90-liter fridge, 2-burner stove, and a complete bathroom, all made to order. Smoke got demoted. The Winterell secondary combustion fire pit burns cleaner and hotter by turning leftover smoke into extra heat. This pneumatic frame rectangle measures 7 by 19 by 4 meters and goes up with just a compressor and a few meters of clearance. Works on uneven ground, stays rigid through constant air supply, and fits a crowd plus all their gear. Japanese designers somehow squeezed a huge shaded hangout into the compact Space Pro tarp. Its clever shape makes the shelter feel way bigger than it looks. Clip it to your roof rack, stake out 1 steel pole, and 5 minutes later, you've got 11 square meters of 1200mm rated shelter extending from your tailgate. Works with practically any vehicle. Who ordered a rugged tent with panoramic views? This hideaway brings serious durability without giving up the scenery. Instead of sorting poles, just inflate. Vango's Airbeam tunnel tent goes up in minutes, locks stable in wind through a 3-point tension band system, and lines both sides with large, clear PVC windows. Coleman Snap & Go is the cooler that refuses to stay bulky. It folds down to 1/3 of its size in under 10 seconds. Yet this 55-quart monster can hold 93 cans and lock in the cold for up to 64 hours. Never overthink it. Just take this grab-and-go bag from scrimmage. You never know when the day might suddenly turn into a pool party. Nothing makes you appreciate solar power faster than a gadget that turns sunlight into a bug-free zone. A panel barely worth noticing, with results impossible to ignore. You might see a skirt. Campers see genius. Ultralight, windproof, rain-ready, and somehow more breathable than most hiking pants. This thing deserves way more respect. 1 pump fills the whole frame. Zempire's multi-room air tent opens to 18.5 square meters with up to 3 configurable bedrooms, standing headroom throughout, and 6,000mm waterproofing. You definitely didn't know you needed one of these until now. The Aurora lamp brings instant cozy vibes to any campsite. No-Coup racks are all about doing things your way. Their modular design lets you customize your car camping layout for any weekend getaway. Rain doesn't always ruin the fun. Sometimes it's just nature's way of reminding you that every drop is free water. Less than 2.2 pounds, built for all 4 seasons, and offering a roomy 22 square feet inside. The TFS Enron proves that traveling light doesn't mean thinking small. Turns out you can keep floodwater out of your campsite with a snap-together panel wall, or just roll out a self-activating tube that opens the moment water touches it. Oh, and there's also a giant inflatable dam you fill on the spot. Pick your style. Flying solo, plenty of headroom makes this one a sweet spot. If you've ever had to chase your umbrella down the beach, this one's for you. Anchor 1 locks it in place so you can relax while everyone else is running after theirs. Not a fan of sleeping curled up in a hammock? Haven Tent solves that with a clever lay-flat design that feels much closer to an actual bed. 5 minutes of inflation, and you've got an entire house in the wild. This is the kind of retreat that makes life outdoors feel more like a luxury suite with a view. Believe it or not, this ultra-light table is made from cardboard. Weighing just 2.3 ounces, it's one of those tiny ideas that somehow makes a huge difference on the trail. A whole lighting station hiding inside an 11.8-inch tube? Carry 3 rises into a 4.3-foot light tower, blasting everything from cozy camp glow to a beam that reaches over 984 feet into the darkness. This looks like something recovered from a spaceship, forged from titanium and built for way more than digging. The alien is the kind of gadget that makes gear nerds instantly reach for their wallets. Somewhere between a camp kitchen and a chef's playground sits the VOZ. With its own water tank, electric tap, and all-weather design, it brings serious chef energy to the wild. Ticks are about to have a really bad day. These mesh gators say goodbye to unwanted hitchhikers before they even get close. The Sea to Summit Tech Towel drinks up water, dries fast, and makes bulky towels feel like ancient technology. You could easily mistake the Nano B10 for a watch accessory, until it starts acting like a full-blown flashlight. At just 1.1 inches long, this titanium marvel packs 9 light modes, 360-degree rotation, and magnets that let it stick almost anywhere. Not all fires are created equal. Airflow lets you fine-tune the flames with its clever 8-panel design, turning every evening into exactly the atmosphere you're after. Regular tent stakes give up when the ground gets tricky. Soft Terra pegs do the exact opposite, digging deep into sand, snow, mud, and anything else nature throws at them. More room, more comfort, fewer compromises. The ARB Skydome 3 Double Swag proves that roughing it doesn't have to feel rough. Good luck finding the Paco fire in your backpack. This titanium grill practically vanishes. Weighing little more than a can of your favorite drink, it somehow turns into a full-blown campfire chef. Not sure whose idea this was, but I could already picture it casting a soft glow over a late-night campsite, hanging inside a tent, or floating beside the water. The mountain loves surprises. Luckily, so does the Leatherman Signal. Tiny in your pocket, but ridiculously overqualified, this multi-tool is ready for whatever the trail has in store. Still playing Tetris with your gear in the back? Move the chaos overhead and turn wasted space into the smartest storage spot in the truck. Wait for the spark. This twist-action lighter makes starting a flame oddly satisfying. When all you've got is a fire, this fork is all you need. Why carry a bottle, filter, and cookpot separately? The GeoPress TI does it all, turning almost any freshwater source into safe drinking water, while doubling as a cookpot and even a coffee press. Officially the tiniest and cutest gas lamp we've seen. Every angler knows the pain of losing a favorite lure. Aqua Snap locks onto the strongest point and helps bring it back safely. One tarp, countless possibilities, and the Seafly might be the smartest setup of them all. With a built-in ground sheet, solid wind protection, and a roomy front awning, this 3x3 shelter punches way above its size. Bury them once, and you'll probably forget what replacing fishing pliers even feels like. Canama built these rust-resistant beasts for the long haul. This fire-starting carabiner is always one spark away from saving the day. Camp Enigma 3 Lock is made for those moments when you step away from camp and just want a little extra peace of mind. Finally, a lantern that attracts good vibes instead of mosquitoes. 4 hours of cozy glow and bug-free evenings sound like a pretty fair deal. For coffee lovers who take their pour-over seriously, this one is hard to beat. Packing 11.8-ounce capacity of precision into just 4.4 ounces, the petrol kettle proves that great coffee doesn't stay home. Blink, and you might forget you're even wearing it. At just 2.7 ounces, the Gluna Air GF8 carries your essentials and 2 soft flasks without stealing an ounce of freedom. The MT-17 looks like something straight out of a sci-fi toolkit. With 10 tools hidden inside, it's ready to cut, saw, crack, and rescue whenever the unexpected shows up. Who knew a stack of cards could be this overqualified? Slip one into your wallet, and suddenly you're carrying a tiny arsenal of field-ready tools without even noticing. No treasure hunt required. Keep the gear you reach for most right where your hands expect it. Camp chefs know the details matter. These folding titanium utensils definitely got the memo. Waking up halfway off your sleeping pad gets old fast. This clever, waterproof, and durable cover keeps everything right where it belongs. Turns out, even sand stakes had room for an upgrade. Apparently, one piece of metal was all it took to replace half the kitchen. Eat Eye 1 packs 10 tools into a design so simple, you'll wonder why nobody thought of it sooner. Someone looked at a car door and saw extra counter space. Genius! Getting lost just got a lot harder. The Path 22 Ti Lume hides a glowing compass inside an ultralight keychain, ready to point you home day or night. The multifunctional hammer might just be the most overqualified camping companion out there. Comment, "I got them all," if you manage to spot all 18 tools. Seems like the best way to protect a trail camera is to make it disappear. Spy High sends it deep into the trees, where wildlife can see it, but thieves probably won't. Nature loves attacking your legs. These knee-high guards basically tell rocks, thorns, bugs, and angry bushes, "Not today!" Done tripping over tent lines in the dark? Light them up and save your toes from another midnight betrayal. With a clever twist-release design and hidden tools inside, the Darkfire 2.0 proves that the smallest upgrades often make the biggest differences. Starting a campfire shouldn't feel like a side quest. Just pull the cord, and this clever fire starter gets to work. No matches, no lighter, and no arguing with wet wood. This little square has a secret. Your gadgets deserve better than gravity. ReadyMag makes sure they stay put. Honestly, watching this eco-friendly flame do its thing is weirdly addictive. No batteries, no screens, no nonsense. With its sighting lens and wire guide, the Proster compass brings military-style precision the old-school way. 2 eyes, 2 worlds. Spectra Eyes shows thermal and 4K night vision at the same time. Straight up Predator vibes. Just 28 centimeters tall, but no snake gets past it, not even tree climbers. The C-shaped overhang lip exploits snake instinct rather than brute height, and it passed 100% of independent tests across multiple species. At some point, you stop calling it a tent and start giving people directions to the bedroom. This Cayman Air setup, complete with an annex and a 20-foot self-inflating windbreak, is basically camping with property lines. Originally designed for campers hanging off cliff faces, this ledge lets you sleep anywhere. At 6.2 kilograms, it sets up securely on steep slopes where a traditional tent would never fit. Alright, campers, which gadget stole the show? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you love these videos as much as we love making them, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more camping madness.